so final point is really just, leading on from what I have been saying. If you haven't corrected the things before, chances are this could be an issue as well, and that is arm-body disconnect. So your arms at all times through hip flexion and hip extension. From here, right up until you snap with your hips, your arms should be in contact with your body. As I mentioned in the last point, it's the energy from the hip snap, the momentum that propels the kettlebell upwards. And your arms should not be used at all. You should just act like a pendulum. Keep them fairly straight on the way up, and then just let the kettlebell fall. So there are different ways of doing this part. Some disciplines perhaps teach to pull the kettlebell back down again. I prefer just to let it fall with its own energy, and then allow yourself to go right the way back. As soon as I get here, time it, feel that stretch again, snap forward and propel the kettlebell up. Height-wise, you should be aiming for around shoulder height. If it's a little bit below it, don't worry, because you are building up strength and it does take time. If you're always up here, head height or above even, then it's probably time to use a kettlebell that's heavier. Can't even speak. So use a heavier kettlebell. If you're really struggling and it's only getting here, then either you're not loading the hamstrings enough, or else the kettlebell is actually too heavy, or else go back to points 1 and 2 and work on those. So point 1 is you're not hinging back properly, and point 2, very important, is you're not snapping forward enough and propelling the kettlebell enough. So the disconnect between the hands and the body, the arms and the body, is a big point, because this can disrupt the whole rhythm and the energy transfer. Because at the start, you need the arms to come in contact with the body to push, go back with the hips and load the hips properly. If there, as I said, if there's just space here, it's going to put your spine at a disadvantage. It's actually going to load your spine instead of your hips. So allowing that to go back and then snap forward, propel the kettlebell up. It's weightless here, okay? So then you can let it fall, use its own energy to fall, and then you catch. Up. So generally, in order to get into a rhythm, you want to breathe with the kettlebell. So you're breathing in on the way down, and then breathe out on the way up. Again, there's different ways of applying breathing techniques. Generally, I just breathe forcefully, and breathe in forcefully at the bottom, and breathe out fairly forcefully at the top, really engaging my core. I'm not a big fan of a lot of tension with the swing. I think the swing can be a nice exercise, especially if you're doing for more endurance style. It's nice to use the body's own energy more throughout the exercise. In our case, you would use more tension-based, lower reps, higher weight, and use a lot more tension throughout the body, and a lot more tension through breathing. However, it's up to you what way you do it. I prefer this way.
Okay, so to recap, this is demonstrating proper contact between the arms and the body with good timing, allowing the transfer of energy from the hips to the arms. Okay, so this version is demonstrating incomplete contact between the arms and the body. You'll see there's more of a downward pull and more loading on the lower back.
Okay everyone, so that's it for the 3-part series on the kettlebell swing corrections. I hope you enjoyed it. The link to the blog post is at the bottom of the video in the description box. And if you have any questions, leave them on my blog or else indeed below the video, and I'll pick up I'll pick them up there as best as I can. So hopefully I'll be back soon with a new workout, but until then I hope you've enjoyed the series and I'll see you soon.